Hi guys, Vinod this side. Today we will study about the Porter's five forces. So, what is Porter's five forces? Porter's five forces is a model that identifies and analyzes five competitive forces that help determine an industry weakness and strengths. We will study about, we will know about all that forces name in others another slides. Generally, this model helps company or any organization to identify or analyze that kind of forces. Okay, and uh, uh, it also helps you to determine the weakness and strength of the industry. I mean, of your company. ठीक है? Porter's model can be applied to any segment of the economy to understand the level of competition within the industry and enhance a competition long-term profitability. Basically, what happens, in any segment, let's suppose you are in a automobile segment, in a IT segment, so you can utilize this process for any kind of organization to understand the competition level, how much competition in the industry, and is there any growth of your organization or not, and uses of this process. Because of usage of this process, you can enhance your company profitability in a long term. Five forces analysis can be used to guide business strategy to increase competitive advantage. These five forces will help you to to uh, identify the weaknesses of your organization, so you can overcome with that weaknesses and you can increase your competitive advantage. It helps to identify the strengths, overcome weakness, and avoid mistakes in the organization. If you will utilize these forces in a proper manner, then you can identify your company strengths, or you can reduce your weakness or overcome, and you can avoid mistakes in the organization. And let's see what are five forces. The five forces are competitive rivalry, threat of new entrants, power of suppliers, power of customers, threat of substitute products. Now you will get these points after knowing all those forces. First one is competitive rivalry. This model helps to find the number of competitors and their ability to undercut a company. Basically, what happens, it will help you to identify that how many competitors are present in your industry. Okay, and you can also able to know that is your competitor will harm your company or not. Okay, you can identify their ability, like how they are able to reduce your organization, how they are able to gain your customers. Okay, the larger number of the competitors along with the number of equivalent products and service they offer, the lesser the power of a company. If in the industry there are lots of competitors, okay, and there are lots of similar product and services, then what happens, then you will have less power in that kind of industry, because there are already lots of competitors and they all are having same kind of product. So might be chances that your product will be not survive in the market, or you will have less market share. Okay, when competitive rivalry is low, a company has greater power to charge higher price and set the terms of deals to achieve higher sales and profit. Uh, in this point, what they want to say that if there are less competitor, okay, Let's suppose in case of telecom industry, currently there are only two major players. First one is Jio and second one is Airtel. Okay, so you can charge the higher price. Okay, if Airtel will charge, Jio will also increase the price. Okay, so if competitor is low, then you can increase your product price or services price, and you can achieve higher sales and profit. And in the same case, in the Apple, they also do, like they have the unique product, and they have something which has competitor, but they are not moving into the commercial product. I mean, in a commercial segment, they are moving into only premium segment, and they are charging higher, and they are earning higher profits. Threat of new entrants. A company power is also affected by the force of new entrants into its market. They want to say that if industry have five to six competitor, okay. If new entrant, new business will enter, it will be happen 7 to 8. I mean, so it also reduce your power, company power. Profitable market attracts new entrants, which erodes profitability. So what happens? You can see that in a clothes segment, earlier 5 years ago, everyone was entering into the clothes segment because it was profitable market in a rural area and in any area. Okay, and what happens now? It erodes the profitability. Like erodes means something that decreasing slowly, uh, day by day. Okay, so right now what happens in the cloth market? Every competitor have the similar kind of product, and they are reducing their price to compete into the market, and they are not able to earn the profits in a proper manner unless have a strong barrier to entry. Okay, in every market there are some kind of barrier to entry. Barrier is something patent. In the patent segment, what happens? We can consider the Tesla. Tesla having a autopilot, and they are having patent rights. So any automobile industry cannot make similar kind of product in auto driver mode. Okay, they will have to do something they can made, other competitor can made, but they will have to do some changes in a autopilot mode. But they can't. The competitor can't make similar kind of product. Economies of scale. In the economies of scale, what happens? You company try to do more production to reduce the cost price. Okay, and capital requirements. If let's suppose in a mining industry, any businesses any businesses cannot enter into that segment because they require huge capital. In a mining segment, they require huge capital in a crores. So that is the thing. Government policy in a some segment, like government also puts barriers to entering into the market, then the profitability will decline to the competitive rate. If patent, economies of scale, capital requirements, and government policy will be there, these are the strong barrier to entry, then the profitability will decline slowly. I mean, decline come down to the competitive rate. Supplier power. This model helps company to drive up price. This is driven by the number of suppliers of each essential inputs, uniqueness in their products, relative market size and strength of supplier, and cost of switching from one supplier to another supplier. Okay, so basically, in this model helps company to increase their price. Okay, they can increase their price if they have uniqueness, something USP in their product or service, something unique. Okay, and they have relative market size. They have market size in a growing, similar to the competitor, that is relative. And strength of the supplier, if they have strength, and they also also check cost of switching from one supplier to another. Let's suppose if any company is switching from one supplier to another supplier, what happens? uh, they they will need to check either is there any kind of agreement of 1 year agreement, like there are lots of suppliers who will do agreement of the uh, supplying the product to the any organization. So in this situation, company has to check the cost of switching. Buyer power, this model helps buyer to drive price down, and this driver by the this driver by number of buyers in the market, sorry, this drive up will be there. This drive up by number of buyers in the market, importance of each individual buyer to the supplier, and cost of switching from one supplier to another. In the buyer power section, they can price can be down, okay, and they check generally the buyers into the market, like how many buyers are into the market, importance of each individual buyer to the supplier. Basically what happens in any industry, like 70% of the business can be done, uh, will be done into the 10% per 10% of the 10 to 20% of their buyer. Okay, for example, Tata Steel is dealing with any company, okay, and they are supplying their product only 10. They are supplying their product to the 20 customers. Okay, Tata Steel supplying their product to 20 customers, and the in that 20 customers, 15 customers are buying only less, I mean only 10%, 20%, but rest of 5% customer is buying their 90%, I mean 80 to 90% of their steel. So they will check the importance, like how much that customer is important to their business. If they are buying in a less quantity, then they can switch, okay, then the cost of switching is less. That is the thing. This model helps to find the number of competitors and their ability to undercut a company. Same thing. Uh, this model also help you to find the competitors. Okay, in a buyer section and their ability. Threat of substitute product. Substitute product is something. Let's suppose uh, in case of Harpy, what is the substitute product of Harpy? Acid. Okay, if you will increase the price of Harpic, what happens? Customer will move to the acid. Okay, so in the if the substitute product exists in the market, the this reduce both the power of suppliers and attractiveness of the market. So they want to say, like if the substitute of any product is present in the market, then it will reduce the company power, I mean suppliers power, and attractiveness of the market. Thank you.